When I heard it, I'm just looking, it was unbelievable, but I was there. And I know for a fact none of that happened, how they just explained it. But my truth will get out here, and I hope everybody understand. That's really it. I can't even say too much right now, because it's just gonna feel like I'm going against them, they going against me, we just going back and forth. But the truth is gonna come out.
Well, let's walk through this. So on September 8th, investigators say Johnson and the father of her child were near his home. They drove Johnson to 20 West Cermak, where her car was parked. They placed their 6-month-old into Johnson's car in the back seat. Around the same time, Blackman had just dropped off her son at a nearby school and drove back to the area where Johnson and the father were. Witnesses told police the women argued. They reported the father pushing Johnson away and Blackman standing with her arms crossed. They say he then slammed a car door on Blackman and also put her in a chokehold. Prosecutors say Johnson broke free, and that is when, or I should say Blackman broke free, and that is when Blackman was shot once. And then that's when they say Johnson paused, then fired 2 more times. Police recovered 3 9mm casings there at that scene. Johnson legally owned the gun and claimed self-defense. Prosecutors say Blackman was unarmed. Her son turned 7 days after the shooting and is still asking to this very day, where is his mother?
Carlos may be hurt for the rest of his life, but we make sure he see rainbows in his clouds. Okay? Nothing will ever change about that. There is nothing he needs that we cannot provide. He is perfectly well. He is happy. He is thriving. And even when he feels his lowest, we pull him out of it together like we do with each other. He a superstar like his mom, and he's going to show her better than he can tell her.
As for Smith, he says he has not seen his son since the shooting unfolded, the son that he has with Romika Blackman. We did learn today that Quadasia Johnson is 7 weeks pregnant. She did ask for leniency from the court, hoping that she would be able to attend her trial going back and forth from home. We do know the judge did not allow that. As for her, she will be back in a courtroom come December 23rd. From the Greater Grand Crossing neighborhood, Tia Ewing, Fox Chicago.
All right, let's check our forecast now. If you stepped outside all today, you know just how cold it was most of the day.
Yeah, doctors warning this kind of weather can be life-threatening. Leslie Moreno live in Chicago with that warning and how you can stay safe. Leslie.
Don, Scott, good evening. Yeah, doctors say this type of weather can cause frostbite in less than 30 minutes, especially with this wind chill. Health experts warning tonight, urging rather people bundle up, avoid time outdoors, and pay attention to the warning signs. Chicago braces for its first round of brutal cold.
Nah, we're actually freezing right now. But
we haven't been positive. We're like, it's so cold. We've been miserable.
Wind chills making it feel minus 15 degrees. Too cold even for this Canadian couple visiting Chicago.
No, we thought it would be warmer, that we wouldn't feel as cold because we're like, we're Canadian, it's going to be fine. No, it's so cold.
Health officials say frostbite in this weather can happen in 30 minutes. It's best to layer up no matter how long you'll be outdoors.
Not only just the short exposure, but what can happen when you're walking outside with the extreme temperatures, the ice, the snow, all of those things. If your dog runs away, now you're frantically trying to find them. So it's super important to be prepared, whether you're going to be outside for 5 minutes or an extended period of time.
Keep a close eye on exposed body parts like ears, nose, and face, and don't forget to check on your elderly neighbors and furry friends.
We're getting our walk in now so we can cuddle up inside. So we're just starting our journey. So hopefully about 2 hours and then we'll get inside.
With more possible snow on the horizon, doctors also warn about heart attack snow when shoveling.
When the snow is super heavy, it's really inducing stress on the heart. So it increases your blood pressure. Breathing in the cold air really restricts some vessels. So that can also impede blood flow to the heart.
And if you can, it's best to stay inside.
We're just planning on going back to our Airbnb and just like chilling at home.
Yeah, we're trying to get the sightseeing out of the way right now before it gets too cold.
And if you do have to be outside, pay attention to your body. If you notice any tingling or numbness in any exposed areas, that is your sign to go inside. We also have a full list of warming centers on fox32chicago.com for anyone who needs them. Reporting live here in downtown Chicago, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32 Chicago.
All right, Leslie, go inside. Let's check the weather.
Yeah, what was it the gentleman said before it gets too cold? I think we can all agree, too late, Emily.
Yes, and it's been cold all day long today. Temperatures across the area ended up topping out in the teens and 20s today. The warmest spots were closer to the lakefront and then over in northwest Indiana. But tonight it's going to be cold, and it's going to be cold area-wide. Let's take a check outside right now. We have clear skies, so because of the lack of cloud cover, we're going to have temperatures dropping pretty quickly here in the next few hours. Believe it or not, Aurora is already down to 8 degrees below zero. It's significantly colder than the immediately surrounding areas. And the reason for that is because this temperature reading is taken at the airport. So that's in Sugar Grove, and it's actually a low-lying area. And what do we know about cold air? It sinks. So we have that is an accurate temperature, but it's not quite that cold in immediately surrounding areas. But tonight, we're going to have many locations that get even colder, and it's going to be slightly warmer tomorrow. I'll have those details coming up.
Thanks, Emily. New tonight, animal rights activists are outraged at the decision to dismiss charges in a case that left 8 dogs dead from heat exhaustion in Indiana. It happened in July 2023. The dogs are being transported in a box truck to canine training in Michigan. The truck driver allegedly refused help from Hobart Humane Society workers to save the dogs. PETA says it's an example of an abuse that canines endure. Indiana State Police issued a statement saying they are disappointed in the decision to drop the case.
The Park Forest Police Department is remembering one of its beloved brothers in blue.
Detective Tim Jones died yesterday after a long fight to recover from injuries he suffered when he was shot on the job in 2016.
Casey Cronus spoke with Park Forest Police Chief, who shares how Jones's legacy will live on through the department.
Detective Tim Jones's death is Park Forest's first line of duty loss. The chief tells me his smile lit up the department, and his example still sets the standard for new officers.
If we had a police department filled with Tim Jones, there would be no need for a chief because he was everything.
His story is a testament to the power of determination. Detective Tim Jones was and still is an inspiration to his brothers and sisters in blue.
With that, but the most important thing is Tim didn't stop. Tim didn't stop, and most people would have stopped.
Nearly a decade ago, Jones suffered a traumatic brain injury after being shot 3 times while arresting a burglary suspect. Doctors didn't think he would make it, but he defied the odds. And through recovery, Park Forest Police Chief says he never stopped smiling, and the community never wavered in their support.
We can't go a week without someone approaching one of our officers and asking, how's Tim?
Chief Brian Reisky tells me that when Jones was a rookie, he was the detective commander and often noticed Jones writing up reports and would stop to check in.
Every time I did that, I would always come back to the detective office and I would shut the door and I would look at everyone in the room and go, I'm telling you what, that Tim Jones, he is something else and he's going places. And it's just, I truly meant it. He was just a wonderful, wonderful human being.
In 2018, the street outside of the department was designated as Honorary Officer Timothy Jones Way. Then in March of 2021, the village promoted Jones to an honorary detective. Jones is a Tinley Park High School alum and played football at the University of Indianapolis before becoming a recruit at the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy, where each year the Timothy Jones Physical Fitness Award is now given to a recruit. Jones was 34 years old. The chief also shares that public funeral arrangements are in the works and will be announced. In the meantime, counseling services are available to Park Forest officers in need of support. Reporting in Park Forest, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
A new DREAM Act introduced today could change the legal options for thousands of young immigrants in Illinois.
And it comes as immigration enforcement steps up in other states. Terrence Lee breaks down what the bill does and how it connects to those operations.
Dreamers live in fear that their lives will be uprooted and they will be deported to a country they don't even call home.
Senator Dick Durbin says you can see that fear in the case of Annie Lucia Lopez Bolosa. She came to the United States from Honduras at age 8, and she was detained at Boston's airport while trying to get home for Thanksgiving.
When she went to customer service, she was surrounded by federal agents and shackled. The next day, a federal district court judge issued an order blocking her transfer of deportation for 72 hours. Despite this court order, the Trump administration quickly deported her to Honduras.
Durbin says cases like hers are why he and Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski introduced a new DREAM Act Thursday. The bill gives people brought here as children a way to earn legal status through school, work, or military service.
Yeah, SRT thinks we're in place now.
At the same time, federal agents are busy in New Orleans with the focus shifted from Chicago. Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino is leading a new immigration sweep there, and DHS says about 20 people have been detained so far.
When all the illegal aliens leave New Orleans, when all those bad people, bad things, those criminal aliens, the child rapists, the terrorists, and all those individuals that we apprehend, when they're all gone, mission accomplished.
Fox News reports Operation Catahoula Crunch looks different from Operation Midway Blitz. So far, no street clashes, no tear gas, and police there have backed federal agents.
When we hear stories on the floor about immigrants committing crimes and such, let's make it clear. The Dreamers are cleared by review and investigation by our government before they can ever qualify for the program, and every 2 years they have to submit their names again for review.
Durbin says Dreamers follow that review process but still have no permanent path in federal law. He says DACA only offers temporary protection and remains tied up in court. The senator calls this new DREAM Act his final try before retirement, with no vote date set. Terrence Lee, Fox 32, Chicago.
Still ahead, more of the stone cold truth about the forecast. Chief meteorologist Emily Walls tells us how bitterly cold it will get. The full forecast is coming up.
Plus, no Grinch can stop one suburban police department from spreading holiday cheer. Holidays can, of course, be extremely difficult for the families of Chicago police officers who lost their lives in the line of duty. To honor their memories, the Gold Star Memorial Foundation, in partnership with Powering Chicago, once again holding a special tree lighting ceremony at the memorial near Soldier Field. Police Chief Larry Snelling talking about the importance of remembering their sacrifice.
It's important to understand that when we light this tree, those lights represent all of our fallen officers, all of our heroes, and the light that they brought to the Chicago Police Department, to the city of Chicago, and to the world for that matter.
Some 3,500 lights are used for the 3 trees on the installation, which is located just east of South Museum Campus Drive.
Toys for Tots will now have new logo sets, Lego, to give away to families in DuPage County this holiday season. It's all thanks to the Woodridge Police Department. They recently recovered $1,000 worth of stolen Lego sets, and a judge ruled they can be donated.
Nice.
You can still donate more toys to the police department until next Friday, by the way, to be distributed for Christmas. Can we build a better forecast, Emily?
Hey, you know, I've been working on it all week, and I actually just increased my snow chances for the weekend.
Oh, boy.
So when it comes to building a better forecast, I'm not very good at it this week. Your high temperatures today, we ended up topping out in the teens and 20s. So the coldest spot on the map was actually Rockford at 14 degrees. 15 was the high temperature in Woodstock. Same thing in DeKalb. Oh, I stand by my statement. I have to correct that. 12 degrees was the coldest temperature on the map today. In Aurora was the high temperature there. Elsewhere, we were able to top out in the 20s. Currently, we're down to 8 degrees below zero in Aurora. It's 1 below in DeKalb, 12 right now at O'Hare, 11 at the Chicago Lakefront, 14 degrees currently near the lake in Gary, and 11 degrees in Waukegan. The next 5 days around here, warmer days ahead of us, but still way below average for this time of the year. So your average high sits at 40. We're going to be in the mid to upper 20s for the next several days, dropping to the low 20s by Monday. And then we're going up to about 33 degrees by Tuesday. So Tuesday of next week, that is our next chance of seeing temperatures finally climbing above the freezing mark. So snow, ice, still going to be something that we have to be concerned about here for the next several days. Satellite and radar, things are quiet for now. We do have snow that's off to our north. That's associated with the storm system that's eventually going to come through going into this weekend. But as far as that particular system, it's only going to be bringing us scattered snow. It's not until Saturday night and Sunday that we start to see a decent chance of accumulating snowfall again. So Futurecast taking us throughout this evening and tonight. Skies are going to be mostly clear for the next few hours, becoming partly cloudy closer to tomorrow morning. And by the way, tonight we have a supermoon. It's called the cold moon. So it's going to be appearing brighter and closer to the earth than what we're typically used to seeing. So you have a really good shot at seeing that this evening and tonight. And then going into the day tomorrow, we start to see increasing cloud cover. Here comes that storm system out of the north and the west. Cold front's going to come through. We'll have spotty snow showers through the day on Saturday. Most areas end up staying dry though, but all of us are going to start to see increasing cloud cover. Those clouds continue to thicken up going into Saturday night, and then there you see it. Our next snowmaker, that's going to move in after midnight on Saturday, lasting into Sunday morning. And then I do expect this to kind of taper off, wind down Sunday afternoon. But still, in that time, we could be picking up another couple inches of snow. At this point, it looks like it's generally going to be about a 1 to 3 inch snowfall this weekend. Of course, we're still a few days out from that, so it's going to be something to watch. Low temperatures tonight, 4 degrees for the city, but anywhere from -5 to 5 degrees above zero is where we could end up tonight. Coldest temperatures, of course, going to be across the far west and northwest suburbs. 7-day forecast tomorrow and Saturday, upper 20s. We have snow on Sunday. Monday, we're dry, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we have a chance of mainly snow, but rain could mix in on Wednesday.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
I'm rooting for that 5 degrees above zero tonight.
Well, hey, we're going to be close to that in Chicago. Sorry to everybody else.
Got to cheer for something.
Yeah.
Sports is next.
The Bears' win in Philadelphia got everyone's attention. A victory in Green Bay would put the NFL on notice. Bears have not won back-to-back games against eventual playoff teams since 2006 on their way to the Super Bowl. Bears back to work today, but not before DJ Moore was named the team's Walter Payton Man of the Year, and Deshaun Wright won the NFC's Defensive Player of the Month award. Cassie Carlson with the story.
Deshaun Wright said winning NFC Defensive Player of the Month means a lot, especially because of where he came from. He said his only goal in training camp was to make the 53-man roster, and now he leads the NFL in takeaways.
I've always been confident in myself and my ability. It was just more so about getting the opportunity.
Wright also credits Dennis Allen and his defensive backs coach Al Harris, who he's been with since he was drafted by the Cowboys, and says he's always believed in him.
I just put my head down and I work and I listen. I'm not combative at all. Coach can cuss me out and it won't move me at all.
You know, anytime you got a guy that's got talent and intelligence, and they're willing to work, those guys get better. And that's exactly what he's done. He's come in every single day, put his head down, went to work, tried to do the things that we're asking him to do.
The Bears lead the league in takeaways with 26. Allen has one reaction to it.
Yay.
But Packers quarterback Jordan Love has only thrown 3 interceptions and is playing at a high level.
It was a really nice deep ball, puts it in, you know, a very catchable spot for his guys to go make a play. And yet, when that's not there, he does a good job of getting the ball down to the check down, and those guys gain yards.
He's grown into himself. Obviously learned behind Aaron Rodgers and things like that.
And on the injury front, heading into Green Bay, Tyreek Stevenson, Roma Dunze, and Ruben Hippolyte did not practice, while Kyle Monungai and TJ Edwards were limited participants. At Hallis Hall, Cassie Carlson, Fox 32 Sports.
All right, thanks, Cassie. Coming up on Chicago Sports Tonight, Cassie will have more from Hallis Hall. Nick Costos of BetMGM is here to help us make more money on the Bears-Packers game. And Tim Van Voorn of Fox 6 Milwaukee tells us if Packers fans are worried at all about this Bears team they'll see this Sunday.
We're out of time. Good night.
Prep for the Packers today. TJ Edwards and Noah Sewell practiced. Roma Dunze didn't. Cassie Carlson checks in from Hallis Hall. Defensive